Okay, today we're going to start with our math message, and you can find this on Everyday Math Online on the slide 1. Look at these 3 different holes. There's a circle, a rectangle, and a triangle. Which shape shows a shaded part less than half? Which one is shaded less than a half? Well, look at it carefully. Half would be right here. Is that shaded less than a half? Yes, that is. This is more than a half shaded. And this one, if it was half, it would be right here. So this is shaded less than half. So these two, the rectangle and the triangle, are shaded less than a half. Which shape shows a shaded part greater than a half? Well, look at this. Look at all this is shaded. That's more than half. Half would be right here, and that's way more than a half. So the circle is shaded more than a half. Which shape shows a shaded part that is about half? Which one do you think is close to a half? That's shaded close to a half? I hope you picked this one, triangle, because this one looks like it's almost a half. Right here would be a half, but it's a little bit less than a half. So today we're going to be talking about fractions, comparing it to halves and what a half looks like. So at this time, I want you to go to slide 3 in Everyday Online, or if you have a math journal, it is on page 235 in your math journal. And we're going to take a look at some of this comparing halves. Okay, when you come to that page, you should see something like this. This is called a fraction benchmark. Now today we're going to look at fractions on a number line. And if you are online, the nice thing is right here, if you're in school, your teacher will probably show you a big poster with a number line with fractions. But if you are at home, right here it says Activity Kit. If you click on that, there's an activity resource right here. And you click on that, and this fraction number line poster will appear. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. There it is. There's our poster. This is going to help us fill out these boxes. So look at this. These are lines, and here are the fractions on this number line. So as you can see, this is 0, and this is all the way, this is 1. And then this is 2. So these fractions that line up with 1 are all 1. So 1 over 1 is 1. 2 over 2 is 2. 3 over 3 is 1. These are all 1. Now look at this is half. This is half. All these fractions here that line up in the same place as this half are equal. They're equivalent. So a half is the same as 2/4, is the same as 3/6, is the same as 4/8. That's how these number lines can help us look at fractions. So let's look at fractions that are less than a half. Okay, so here's a half. We want to look at ones that are less. That means not the more closer they are to 0, that's less. The more you go to the right, it's more. So the more you go to the left, it's less. So everything less than a half. Up 1/3. Look at that. 1/3 is less than a half. So we're going to go over here in our little box, and we are going to write 1/3 because that is less than a half. What else is less than half? Well, that's the same. So 1/4. So we're going to write 1/4 is less than a half. Okay, so let's come on down. Here we go. This is the same as a half, but these two, 1/6 and 2/6. So 1/6 and 2/6. And let's go down one more. So here's our halfway mark. All these numbers on this side are less than a half. So 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. So let's do 1/8, 2/8, and 3/8. Okay, now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to move this, hopefully I can, down a little bit so we can fill out this other part. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm going to move it, see if I can move it down. Okay, so fractions equal to a half. Kind of looked at that earlier. So let's look at our number line here. Here's a half. So which one's equal? They have to match up. 2/4. So we can write 2/4. What else? 3/6 matches up. So we're going to do 3/6. And 4/8. We're going to write that down right here. 4/8. Okay, now it looks like our next thing we got to do, whoops, just a second here. I'm not sure what I did. I'm just trying to move this guy over so we can fill this in a little bit. Not sure what I did here. All right, so fractions greater than a half. So now we have to look at the halfway mark and look at fractions that are bigger than half. So here's the halfway. Look at this. If it's on the right side, it's bigger. Right side of the half. So this fraction right here is bigger. So we are going to write here 2/3. And what else? Oop, this is half. This 3/4 is bigger than a half. And look at this. 4/6 and 5/6. All right, 4/6. You should be writing this too. And 5/6. And then let's look one more down. What's bigger than a half? Half is right here, 4/8. So 1, 2, 3. All these three. 5/8. 6/8. And 7/8 are all bigger. All right. Now I'm going to put kind of put this up a little bit so that we can answer the next question. It says, you know, these are the less than, equal to signs. So 3/4 and 1/8. So let's look at 3/4. 3/4 is right here. I guess 3/4. And 1/8 is 3/4 is right here. 1/8 is right here. Remember what I said? Closer to the 0, the less it is. So which one's less? 1/8. So we're going to have the alligator. Oops, sorry, wrong way. Alligator is going to eat the 3/4. 1/8's the smaller one. Okay, look at 1/8 compared to 3/4. Oh, it's the same thing. This time it's going to go this way. Okay, 3/4 is bigger. If it's to the right, it's bigger. As they go to the right, they get bigger. As they go to the left, they get smaller. Okay, we're going to answer another question on the next page. Here we go. So this one, again, we're going to get this activity source. Look at the number line, 1/8 and 1/4. Let's see which one is bigger. 1/4 is here and 1/8 is here. So which one's bigger? Well, 1/8 is closer to the 0. So actually 1/8 is smaller. So 1/4 is bigger. So we're going to draw that. Okay. Now, I want you to go ahead and answer the questions on the next couple slides you can use this number line poster, or you can use the numbers that we put right here to show you what is left when they ask you what are some fractions less than a half, equal to half, more than a half. Answer those questions. So in the next couple slides, use these benchmarks to answer, or like I said, get that activity kit out and use this number line poster to answer the questions on the next couple slides. And again, if you are on journal page 235, you can answer them using this as well and writing it into your journal.